can never express the gratitude that I have for so many people caring about our organization and sending me thoughts, prayers, that sort of thing. Since I had this stroke, things are getting better by the day, but it's not good enough for what we plan ahead, and so it's time to make this change. I want to thank all of you in here, former players, coaches, friends, people from the ticket office, people who put on a show during timeouts. We all have a part in this. It's not just the players and the coaches. Everybody has been dedicated to do their part to make a successful, thriving organization. And that starts at the top with the whole family. And we will continue to do our best to do this with class. It's one of the reasons why Mitch Johnson will be taking over, because we have total faith in him to continue what's been started a long time ago. I want to thank all my rehab people, some of whom are here. Javier, are you here? Where are you at? Oh, Javier, Courtney, Melissa, in the back there. There's also Jessica, Rolando, and Christian, who couldn't be here because they have a real job. And of course, Curtis and Nick, who are also there for my rock workouts. And Timmy and Manu, of course, who have been here for all of my workouts here at the Rock. They say it's because they love me and they want to be there in case I fall or catch me and that sort of thing. I call it payback. Because they give the rehab people new ideas of things to do to me. So you're not fooling anybody, especially you, Timmy. I want to thank the fans for being right next to us with every win and every loss over these many years. We feel a close bond with you, and we know that we have a big responsibility to you here in San Antonio, and we will never forget that. But thank you for the years of your support, and we won't let you down. We won't win every game, but we'll try to, and we'll do it with class, whether it's a win or a loss. One of the reasons that I'm doing this now is that we have to have someone in charge who's fully capable of giving their very best, because that's what this group deserves and demands. And we have that man here in San Antonio. Mitch has been in the G League for a few years, behind the bench a few years, on the bench a few years, and he took over this year and did a fantastic job. With circumstances that were very difficult, and we saw him in action, and he was brilliant. The players respect him, will hold him accountable, and I couldn't be more thrilled for him and his family and friends. It's just a tribute to him that all the players who were in town were able to come, and especially a special guest, DeJounte Murray, who Mitch has known since he was 9 years old. Since DeJounte was 9 years old, he came all this way just to be here for this day, and Mitch and I both appreciate it very much. Obviously, people like David are part of the fabric of what's been established here from the moment he decided to stay in San Antonio. And under the leadership of R.C. Buford and a host of assistant GMs and coaches, former players, we've been fortunate enough to keep it going. And that's the goal, to make sure we keep it going. We've got scouts and people in the film room, people who empty baskets, clean windows, grateful to all of them because everybody does a job. They've got some young players who are going to end up being really great players. Some in Austin and many right here in San Antonio. And Mitch Johnson will be the guy that forges their futures. And I'll do everything I can to help him and help them. And I'll have a new job. And I want to make sure everybody understands what the new job is. I'm no longer the coach. I'm now head coach. I might be more than says okay. So, okay. Come on up, let's say a few words.
I am honored by this opportunity and even more humbled by the people that I'll be able to partner with and serve. And I'd just like to share a few acknowledgement and thank yous. First to the whole family, Peter, John, Lauren, Kate, Corinna, and JB. To R.C. Buford, Ryan Wright, for all you guys do and continue to grow our program and push this place forward and think innovatively. For the staff this past year, under such unique circumstances that supported me and made the job so much more enjoyable to be around when times were hard and not too overwhelming when things were tough. I thank you for that. It required all of us to step up out of our comfort zones and do a little bit more than was initially expected when we started training camp. I would like to say a special thank you to Brett Brown. He is an uncle, not by blood, but someone that I look up to very much and someone that I leaned upon. Thank you. For the rest of the staff, the people in this building, the organization, people at the Frost Bank Center, as Pop alluded to earlier, all that you do to make this place one of a kind and all the efforts that go behind the scenes, late nights, early mornings, when no one's watching, thank you. To our former players, your continued presence make this place not an NBA team, but a program. And you welcomed me with open arms almost 10 years ago. Thank you for that. To the fan base, with the unwavering support and the commitment to want us to win so bad, we appreciate that. Even when the frustrations and the competitiveness kicks in, even in your world. To this amazing city of San Antonio and the relationship that is built with this organization for over 50 years. We moved here 6 years ago as a family. I'd like to thank my wife, Jessica. She had lived nowhere in the world other than Seattle for 34 years. And we moved here, and San Antonio has become our home. And now we don't foresee us being able to live anywhere else. Thank you for conducting yourself with such grace and humility, and being the backbone of our family with your unconditional love. Our world could not go on without you. To my 4 kids, Tasia, Tatum, Johnny, and Jameson, you 4 did not choose this lifestyle. The many sacrifices and things that you have to experience and go through do not go unnoticed, and your unconditional support is thanked. To the current players, you are the part of this opportunity that's the most exciting. You guys have put yourselves in a place to continue to grow and do something special. And I cannot wait to continue to grow with you, partner with you, challenge you, and try to get better every single day. And my only guarantee is that I will give you everything I have to do that. Pop. Where do I begin? You've taught me so many things, led by example in so many ways. The players are always first. Attention to detail, maniacal competitiveness. Play harder and smarter for more of the 48 than your opponent. The best thing you've ever taught me, and you've shown me more than you've talked about it, you understand the moment. And how important every single moment is. And no moment is like any other. And the discipline that you have to be grounded and present and give yourself to every moment is what I will never forget. And in this moment, I just would like to say thank you.
Mitch, what do you think the most important thing, besides just the moment, you got from Pop during this past year?
I think to have confidence, to be myself and to do it my way. There's principles and values that are here and have been laid upon decades ago. So the blueprint has been around for a while, but to be able to do it in my own skin and my way, to be authentic for the players most of all, is probably the biggest thing that I leaned on.
Brian Pop talked about the belief this organization has had in Mitch starting almost 10 years ago. What was it about him that made you and everyone around you feel so sure that he's the guy to do this?
Well, I think you just heard a lot of it. These positions are hard, and in the seat that I sit in, you want a leader that's authentic and genuine to themselves. You want a teacher that can help bring a group forward, and you want a partner. And we started the exact same summer, so I've seen his growth, he's seen my growth. We've been a part of each other's growth, and it was an easy decision, and felt super confident in the human being that he is and his ability to do those three things: lead, teach, and be an amazing partner.
Hey Mitch, congratulations, first of all. Is there anything you learned about yourself or the job itself in this past year that you think probably prepares you for what lies ahead?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of experiences along the way. You know, all the experiences will hopefully be able to be something to have a takeaway from, to grow from, positive or negative. I think being able to be in front of these guys and partner with them and challenge them and lead them is going to be the biggest thing, because I feel like we have a hold on the direction that we're heading into and we want to build upon something. This is not a restart. This is not a reboot. This is not it's a new chapter because it looks different, but the theme of the book isn't changing.
Mitch, just again, to see this overwhelming support that you have from everyone in the organization, you know, how much does that give you confidence going forward that, you know, that support will sustain you through? You've been through some rough times already, but, you know, for what lies ahead?
Immensely. I do think you guys asked a lot this year, when I did say the support that I was feeling throughout the organization, the building, top to bottom, everywhere. It was authentic, and it does go a long way for someone's confidence, because there are times of questioning, concern, you know, is this the right thing? And it takes a village in a lot of different ways.
Mitch, congratulations. Can you speak to that balance of being you and doing this your way to a certain extent, but at the same time, now integrating yourself in a culture that's worked for, you know, God knows how many years now?
Yeah, I've been doing it, I think, just like every other staff member and employee here for the last 9 years myself. I don't think that standard or that approach changes regardless of title. Obviously, the responsibilities of that title change, but starting to work in this organization can be difficult at times, because you want to find your way, but you also want to be told what to do just because they've done so many things right. And a lot of times, sometimes you don't get the direction because you need to just feel it and be in it and learn it. And I think every step of the way and every different title or role that I've experienced, that's been a part of it, while also being true to yourself. As long as you're true to yourself, even as you have some tough times and mistakes, the genuinity and authenticity comes out, and because you are blessed to be working with so many great people, you kind of find a way to problem solve and figure things out.
Congrats, Mitch. The Spurs were able to identify some of those innate qualities that you had to be able to accelerate your career and come to this position today. Where did those come from? When did you know that you had something special? Who was most important for planting those seeds for who you are and your leadership qualities, etc.?
Yeah, I've been blessed to work with and play for many great coaches. I was blessed to have a very strong source of parental guidance. My mother, my father, my stepfather were very strong. I realized on a basketball court early as a player the power and the value of making someone else better. And when you have that trait amongst a team in any walk of life or line of profession, if people really commit to and hold value to making others better and being the best you can be, I think that's something that's contagious and can lead to a really strong group.
Mitch, obviously it was a difficult season in a lot of ways, but after the season ended, to hear some of the players come out and support you in the job you did, what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. It meant a lot, obviously. It's always nice to hear good things, even if it's not something that you're seeking. I also think it's a reflection, again, of the organization from the top to bottom. I think those words were not necessarily meant for me individually, but it was how this building, this organization, this place operated in this air quote difficult season for whatever reasons those were. And I think the alignment that we have and the belief that we have in each other in all these different departments of the organization allow us to work through those things.
Mitch, getting back to the notion of the organization as a whole, I'm not sure there's any other organization where you've got generations of players coming back to attend press conferences, for a new coach. But for you personally, what do you get out of talking to the players who have played before you even join the organization? What do you get from talking to those guys about what this place and what this team is?
Yeah, and they have the best insight there is. They've been through it. They know this place. They know this city. There is, in my opinion, nowhere as connected like it in professional sports when you talk about the city, the community, the organization, and those former players. And for them to be a resource for our current players, myself, or anybody else, it's invaluable. They understand the fabric of what we're about, and they've lived it, and they've set the foundation.
Hey, Mitch. That image to me of Tim and Manu and Papa, where they're just so powerful and so loving, and you can just tell what type of family this is in the Spurs. When you look over there and you see those three, what does that mean?
I think exactly what you said. It means family, it means the love and support and togetherness, and it's throughout the whole building. Those guys are obviously the most highest profile people that people recognize for a reason, but I think you could have that same image and feeling amongst everybody that's here.
Hey Mitch, congratulations. What do you learn from the El Jefe that you plan to carry into your leadership?
How important people in relationships are. He understands people and relationships and the significance of every moment and every touch point with every person. And I can't be him or El Jefe, but to be able to commit and invest in people and relationships, and that can be having to yell and hold someone accountable, and that can be to put your arm around someone's shoulder and love them. And he did it better than anybody I think that's ever walked the sidelines, and I will attempt to do it my way, whatever that looks like moving forward.
Thank
you. Coach, you talked about being honored with this opportunity. Does it surprise you any how soon this happened, and what does it mean when a man like Coach Popovich says, you're the guy to do this?
Surprise is a tricky word because I don't know how you ever are expecting to be named a head coach or when it really sinks in. It's a question I get a lot, and I don't know how to answer it. It's something that is constantly sometimes hitting my emotions differently. I think last year, Pop and I stayed very connected, and he supported me and gave me confidence plenty of times throughout the season in different ways, when things were going well and when things were not going well. And again, even in those moments, as he was nurturing and supporting me, was also a learning lesson for me moving forward of what I can do for others.
Looking at the off season, do you have things that you're going to advocate to target to, enhance this roster and make it what you want for this upcoming season?
I think the thing that I will be focusing on the most in this off season will be this current group of guys and the current players in our roster right now, and get them as much better as we can in that time allowed. And then obviously Brian and the rest of the group will do the due diligence they do, and we will partner and discuss things and be on the same page and aligned as we always are. But I think my sweat equity and time will be devoted to these current guys right here and continue to get them as improved as we can.
Thank you, Mitch. Congratulations. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you, guys.